on Hearthstone.
Welcome. And today we're talking about the Forge.
Yep, the Forge. And I guess the first piece of news we have about the Forge is we're changing the name.
That's right. It's no longer called the Forge.
Yep. We decided to change it to the Arena.
And we changed it because in our internal testing, people sometimes got confused that it might be our crafting mode where you go and create cards.
Yeah, and crafting mode's awesome, and we want people to go there, but we don't want them to go there thinking, wait, am I playing this one-on-one mode? Am I crafting a card? Right. It was just confusing, and we wanted people to know what they were getting into.
So the Arena makes it very clear it's a competitive, at least one-on-one environment to play games.
An exciting place to go.
That's right. Now, you may not have heard about what used to be called the Forge, and now is the Arena before. So we'll give you a quick overview of kind of what to expect in the Arena.
Yep, so in the Arena, what you can expect is when you are first enter the Arena, you are presented with 3 random heroes, and you choose one of those 3 heroes to build your deck around that you're going to make your picks after that with that specific hero.
Right. And once you've chosen your hero, we'll give you 30 choices of 3 cards each, then you can choose which card you want to add to your deck, and then once you've done that 30 times and you have a 30-card deck, you'll play against other players who have done the same thing.
Yeah, and those cards that you're choosing along the way are randomly generated, so you don't know what your deck's going to look like at all. It's, are these going to be rares or epics or commons, or am I going to get 5 of the same type of card? It could be anything, and that's one of the things that's so exciting about the Arena is you just don't know what's going to happen when you enter it.
And because your collection of cards doesn't play into the picks that you get at all, it's kind of an even playing field. The people you're playing against, doesn't matter how big their collections are, they've gone through the same process you have, and you're playing against them in the same playing field.
Yep, it's totally level, and it's got this exciting picking process at the same time. It's my favorite way of playing. I love the Arena.
So we changed a few more things about the Arena. One of the things we changed is that as you go through the Arena, you may have heard before that you keep the cards. Now you don't keep the cards. And we did that because we wanted to make it really an easy choice and not have this tension that sometimes happens when you keep the cards, whether you want to choose it for your collection or for your Arena deck and trying to make the best Arena deck possible. We want you just to make the best Arena deck possible, not have to worry about, do I have 2 copies of this, or should I take this, or...
Yeah, we just wanted that pure experience. Like, I'm building an awesome Arena deck, and that's all it's all about. And there's actually other reasons we made the change. I mean, one of the reasons we made the change as well was when we were deciding what cards we presented with you as you were sort of playing through the Arena, when it was a set of cards you were keeping, we had to make sure that the set of cards was exactly the same as the cards you might get if you open that many packs.
Right.
And so we were forced to go, okay, we have to have this many commons, this many rares, this is the distribution, which is awesome in packs, but in the Arena it was kind of forcing our hands and wasn't letting us make the most exciting experience we could.
Right, so now you could see a set of picks that are some basic, some expert. You might see more rares than before.
Yeah, we can make the perfect Arena experience, I guess.
And part of this is that we no longer you no longer get into the Arena by spending unopened packs. If you ever have open packs, you can open them and get the cards that are inside. But in order to get in the Arena, you can buy in with gold or with real money. But packs, you never have to have that worry, like, should I open this or spend it in the Arena? You always open your packs.
Yeah, there was this horrible tension that I'd have a bunch of packs, and I'd go, well, I want to play in the Arena, so I want to save them, but I want to open them, because opening packs is kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it's not kind of awesome, it's totally awesome.
Well, there's a couple more things we've changed, but I think we'll just jump into the Arena and show you how it all works and show you maybe kind of some of the rewards, things we've done at the end of the run.
Sounds great.
All right.
Well, let's start talking, or stop talking and start playing.
All right. The Arena. So this is our first decision point here.
So we're presented with 3 heroes, and they all have such specific powers and sets of cards that they would bring along with them that this is going to be a tough choice.
Warlock, Warrior, or Mage?
So in this environment, I mean, Mage is always exciting because Mage is a class that has so much control of the tabletop, and that's actually pretty good in a Arena environment.
Yeah, and this has got secrets which are fun to watch, so that could be fun.
Yeah, so I like the Mage.
Now the Warlock has a great hero power specifically for Forge, I think. That hero power lets you draw additional cards. Sometimes your cards are not as good in the Forge because you didn't build a custom deck, and so that could be a great hero power to go with.
It is, although if we're facing a early rush deck, then it's going to be a little bit tougher because the Warlock's hero power actually does damage to the Warlock as they're drawing cards. So once we get a little low on health, that's a little dicey. And then, of course, there's the Warrior, which is great for the long game.
Yes.
Because you're providing armor, but you don't have that card draw or tactical gameplay control.
You know, in this build, this is our current development build that we're showing off today, and there's actually at least one kind of change to one or two of the cards in the Mage environment, so maybe we should show off the Mage and see if we get any of those cards.
I suppose people might want to be seeing some of the changes we've been making to the Mage, so that sounds great to me.
Mage it is, Jaina Proudmoore. And this is our first choice.
Whoa, very interesting.
Vaporize is great, I think, because it's removal. But removal in Forge, I don't know if it's better or worse because it's less likely to see as many legendaries or as many giant creatures.
Yeah, I mean, it's more of a late game. If we could craft an entire game deck around Vaporize, it would be a great card. But I don't know if it's as strong in this environment, whereas I know I'm always a big fan of the Stampeding Kodo that destroys a random enemy with a 2 or less attack when it comes into play.
Eats Dollar on Mages and Acolytes of Pain.
Oh my god, it's so good against spell power
Now,
decks.
Knife Juggler, if we can get Mirror Image, is really strong.
Oh, that's true as well.
But in general, I like Knife Juggler maybe better with Shaman or Paladin, who could guarantee to get minions with their hero powers.
And this is actually one of the interesting things about the arena, in that this is our very first pick, so we're going to be making choices that are going to be determining later choices.
Right.
And we don't really know what's coming, so if we thought, hey, we were going to get a lot of mirror images and Murlocs, the Knife Juggler would be a great choice.
Let's go with the Kodo.
I'm totally sold. The Kodo is a great pick. Interesting.
Well, just straight off the bat, I always respond well to the Silvermoon Guardian. I like that card a lot. Now, the Dark Scale Healer is really strong. I mean, it heals everybody.
And it's great if you have a bunch of cards out. It can totally turn the game around once you have a bunch of things on the table.
But we already just took a card that costs 5.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. I was thinking that
really
we can't.
Doesn't matter that much.
But I tend to agree. I like the Silvermoon Guardian. Costs 4. We'll probably get a 2 for 1 out of it.
Sure.
It seems. Ooh, another rare pick. I like it.
This is interesting. The Defender of Argus is just a great card. The Violet Teacher can be very good in a Mage deck.
Assuming we get enough spells.
Right.
And that's the big question here. Are we going to get the spells to power the Violet Teacher?
But the Karator Mage is just a really solid 4/3 for the 3 mana. And if we get secrets, it's just, I think that's huge.
Yeah. It's kind of tempting to take the Karator Mage because there's so many secrets in Mage that if we get that combo, it's pretty strong. But the Defender of Argus, on the other hand, is powerful as well.
All these cards are good. This is a tough choice.
Yeah.
Well, I could go. I probably am leaning towards either Defender of Argus or Karator Mage.
I'm leaning toward the Karator Mage. I think I have a little bit of different slant on this sometimes. I like it because it's pretty fun.
Yeah, that's true. Well, here's our opportunity to take our first secret with Mirror Entity, and that's a fun one.
Yeah, so, as a whole, we can look at this and look at the Ice Lance and go, Ice Lance is great if we're building a Frost deck, but it's so hard to make sure that we have enough Frost to power it.
Right,
so I think that one's probably out
Although
of
we might regret it if we get
we'll probably totally regret it, but that's sort of how the arena runs.
Yep. Well, Polymorph is strong. Again, I don't know how many giant minions we're going to see that we really want to polymorph.
Yeah,
I think
a Mirror Entity. And Mirror Entity, again, I'm coming from that would be pretty fun to play. I wonder if there's any choice here.
Yeah, I mean, Flame Strike is just...
it's so good at turning the game around. I mean, if we're already winning, it doesn't do you a lot. But if you're in trouble, that can just turn the game on its head.
Questing Adventure is tempting, but I think Flame Strike is probably the best card.
Questing Adventure would be good, again, if we could count on getting a lot of early cheap minions. But if you already look at the things we've chosen, they're already 3, 4, 5. So to start, we don't have a lot of cheap.
It's true. We're getting a little high, especially after we take Flame Strike here. Hey, there's one of the new changed cards. Fireball now costs 4 mana.
Yeah, so
better.
Yeah, we were looking at the Mage, and we really wanted the Mage to be the king of blowing stuff up.
That's right.
And making the Fireball cheaper really helps the Mage be the king of making things go boom. Or Queen, really, since it's Jaina. But
I like Fireball a lot. I mean, I think that card's great. I like Polymorph a lot, but our curve is already starting to slant a little higher. This is our mana curve here at the bottom that shows you how many cards of each cost that you've taken so far, and we don't have anything at 1 or 2 yet. Not that we're not going to get any later, but if we take Fireball here, we might have to prioritize lower drops later on in the draft.
Yeah, I see that, and Fairy Dragon really is a strong card. Maybe not quite as strong in the arena environment because it's good against direct removal, but there's lots of minions in this. But on the other hand, Fireball.
Yeah.
You know, Fireball.
All right, Fireball it
Do
is.
I need to say more than that? It's Fireball. We're a mage, it's Fireball.
Oh, well, here's some cheap cards.
Oh, and I like all three of them, actually. This is going to be a